Alrighty, how we doing today, guys? Atlas back again here today with another Overwatch competitive placement match. This one is my third one. Today on the attacking side, I play Genji. On the defending side, I play Hanzo. About halfway through this side, maybe 3/4 of the way through this side, the enemy team actually loses a player. So it's 5v6 for the entire second half, so it's kind of a joke. But I told you guys that I would be showing all 10 placement matches, the good, the bad, the ugly. So it's here. Also, this isn't actually the best Genji gameplay of all time, but like I said, showing it to you guys regardless. Genji is someone that I haven't played yet on the channel, and he's actually probably one of my favorite characters to play. He's very interesting, I guess, kind of unique from the rest of the characters. He's got his shurikens and his sword, but he's also kind of difficult to play. But if you play him well, he is amazing and can be a great nuisance for the other team. So quickly we'll go over his abilities. His left bumper is like a dash with your sword. You can use it to finish people off. You can use it as an escape. You use it as mobility. It can take you up to higher places you wouldn't normally be able to get to. But if you do kill somebody with it, then it automatically resets its cooldown. So that's pretty cool. Your RB is you deflect. So anybody that shoots projectiles, so basically everyone except for Zarya, Winston, Mei, I think are the only three that don't shoot projectiles. You can bounce it back at them. You can even bounce ults back. And anything that's shot at you will deflect back, and if it hits the person that you're deflecting it at, it kills them. And then being showcased right now is his ultimate. You whip out your sword and just wreak havoc. You do a ton of damage, and just mess shit up. And his passive, I guess you could call it, he can climb. He has a double jump, and he can climb walls just like Hanzo can. So he is a very agile and mobile character, and he's got a lot of versatility. He can do well up close, and he can do well from far away. And he's got great survivability if you're able to run around and jump around well, and can spit out a lot of damage. So this map is a payload map, so you have to move the payload, which is in the middle of the screen, up the map by standing near it. And there's 3 or 4 checkpoints, and each time you get a checkpoint, you open up a new part of the map, and you just continue through, try to get all the way through the end, and you're on a time limit, and the other team's trying to make sure that you don't. For the competitive playlist, you play both sides. You earn points based on how many checkpoints you get, and if you both earn the same amount of checkpoints, the tiebreaker is total distance traveled, and then you also have an overtime if you both get it all the way through, or it's an exact tie in distance, where a coin is flipped and it's decided who's attacking, who's defending, and it's on a shortened timer, and you just have to get to 1 checkpoint. But if we're talking about Genji, apart from his abilities, someone left. But Genji can be a great nuisance to the other team. We play him similar to the way you play Tracer. You just kind of want to get behind your enemies, flank, deal damage from behind, and then escape quickly. You just want to try to single out their damage dealers and their squishies in the back, and basically just be a nuisance. So the rest of this map is kind of a cakewalk because they had somebody leave. We're just, as a team, pushing the payload through the map. We're almost to the last checkpoint here. That's a good topic of discussion. Leaving matches, especially in competitive, it hurts everyone, not just you being salty. And this ult right here is pretty gross. I think it actually ends up being the play of the game. But it's just a prime example of what you can do with Genji. You just melt people. But leaving matches, it's just because you're salty or you're playing poorly or your team's getting destroyed or whatever, it's just not a cool thing to do. That's not really what I should be saying. It's not a good thing to do for. It's a very selfish thing. That's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And this clip, right here, I am choking so many shots. But it affects everybody on your team, because these guys literally on the other team had they probably were gonna lose anyways because we were doing so well, but they literally almost have zero chance to win at this point. So they get screwed by the one guy who gets pissed, decides he doesn't want to play anymore, and acts like a baby. That's okay to do, I guess, in quick matches because it's not as serious. But if you're gonna come to the competitive mode where people are taking it seriously and trying to win and rank up, you need to not do that sort of thing. It's just very, very, very selfish. But I'm just doing my best here as Genji to try to put in some damage. Everybody basically knows it's over because they're down a man. So, in all honesty, this isn't the most exciting gameplay. Having a little Genji on Genji showdown right here. Both of us choking our shurikens, and then McCree comes in and helps me clean them up. So we get the payload all the way through on the first side. Get the win for that half, and now we're playing the second half. Like I said, I'm playing Hanzo. I'll give you a quick overview of Hanzo. Actually, if you're interested in Overwatch lore, Hanzo and Genji are brothers. So that's kind of a fun fact. If you pay attention to the in-game commentary made by the characters, they actually talk to each other sometimes about being brothers and things of that nature. But Hanzo is considered a sniper, but he's not exactly the same kind of sniper as Widowmaker is. He's better at like a medium to long range distance rather than being like across the map. But he has a bow and arrow. He can climb walls just like Genji. He doesn't have a double jump, but he can climb walls. His left bumper ability turns your arrow into like a scatter shot. Whenever it hits, it breaks up into a bunch of smaller pieces and bounces around. And it's a good like AoE thing. It's also good when people come up on you like a attacking hero. You just throw it at the ground in front of them, and you can one hit them a lot of the times. His RB, I just shot it out. It's like a mobile version of Widowmaker's ult. It doesn't show everybody, but it creates a bubble and it reveals everybody in that area as a red figure. So it's very, very good scouting tool. And also, you just saw me throw out his ult. It's actually cool, this skin that I have for him, where he's wearing the wolf. I believe, actually, I'm not sure what it's called off the top of my head. But it changes his ult from a dragon to wolves flying through the air, and it makes a different sound, and it looks different, which is pretty cool. But it's just it shoots a big, like, rotating thing through the air, and it hurts everybody in the that it comes in contact with, and it's very good. It travels forever and dishes out a lot of damage, so it's a really cool ult. Really good ult, and it's also really cool in the way it looks, the way it sounds. But yeah, this half of the map, I mean, they don't even move the payload 1 inch. I don't think. And I stand here in this spot and just lob arrows into these doorways the entire time, so it's not the most exciting thing in the world. I apologize for that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. There's not much analysis to do for me standing here shooting an arrow at a doorway. But just the general Hanzo gameplay is you want to be at a medium-ish distance and just keep peppering with arrows and use your abilities to help scout and just put in damage. But if you guys are still here watching, thank you very much for stopping by today. The next part of the series should be up tomorrow. And if you haven't seen my first video I posted this week, it's the weekly video that has the giveaway tied to it. So if you go to that video, you comment on it, and if you're subscribed to my channel, you're entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card. I'll be doing the drawing at the end of the week, probably Friday or Saturday. So if you want to be entered in that, I'll have a link in the description. And this video is part of the playlist, so if you want to see part 1 or part 2, it should be pretty accessible for you. Thank you again, guys, for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.
友人の剣をくれ。